domestic animals have in common? Owners. But what happens if you no longer can afford your pet? Due to the effects of the current economic climate and the cuts made by the government, more and more pet owners are being forced to abandon their animals. Lois Smith is a volunteer and a cat carer for Croydon Animal Samaritans, a charity that has been rescuing homeless animals for more than 30 years. She is very aware of the issue and believes that animals are not being considered a priority.
I think currently the primary issue is the current economic climate. People are more prepared to get rid of their own animals than they are to, say, cut their food bill a little, or to give up smoking or drinking or forego the big screen TV. They're being abandoned because they can't afford to feed them, but equally they can't afford to neuter them, pay for any operations, dental work or anything that's an animal is going through, having been through a fight or anything like that. And also really to inoculate them as well. People don't understand inoculations have to be done every year to keep the immune system ticking over. So that's why they're deciding to give up their animals.
What's more, the RSPCA and other government-based organisations are not being able to aid these animals, and the responsibility has fallen to the hands of small independent charities. By how much has the situation worsened? According to the RSPCA, in 2007, more than 7,000 animals were abandoned in England and Wales alone. This number has risen by more than 50%, which means that more than 11.5 thousand animals are being abandoned every year. All Dogs Matter is a small independent charity based in North London that has been looking after abandoned dogs for more than 2 years. Their representative, Ira Lastman, says that every day more and more dogs are being abandoned and that they are left to pick up the pieces. She believes that the lack of resources from the government is a major factor in the war against animal abandonment.
We won't be getting any grants from Haringey anymore, so we're totally independent because of the cuts. So we're totally self-sufficient on that funding.
The same issue haunts Croydon Animal Samaritans. Lois Smith shares the same views as Ms. Lastman and believes that it is vital to get support from the government if they are to make a difference.
We don't get financial support from anybody. The only financial support we get is something called gift aid. When people make donations to the charity, we get a little bit back in the pound from the government. So if they work, we get a bit of gift aid back on what they have donated through tax. But apart from that, we're not provided with anything.
So, how exactly are these charities coping if they don't receive support from the government? Well, the answer is simple. They are forced to rely on donations, which have steadily decreased due to their recession.
Events, sponsoring kennels and just general fundraisers, marathon running, people holding their own dog walks, our own fundraising really.
Small charities also opt for finding support in each other and uniting for the cause.
I feel fairly powerless. We don't have big charities to go to. We can't ask the RSPCA for help. We can't ask Battersea for help. We work closely with other local charities, small groups like ourselves, and we do have a, not tit for tat, but if we help them trap an animal, they will help us trap an animal. It's, but it's all, and it's all sort of a buddy-buddy situation or a buddy-buddy organisation that way. But we don't get any financial help from big companies or Cats Protection League or anything like that. So
things are bound to get worse before they get better. If nothing is done to prevent this issue from arising, it could potentially mean the increase of homeless animals wandering the streets. Ira Lastman advises individuals to help in whichever way they can.
Try and adopt or foster a dog. They can neutering is really important. They can stop encouraging the wrong breeders by buying dogs or pets, cats from them, and sort of help where they can, but that's very difficult unless you're an animal lover or interested. People aren't really going to get involved, but you can help in local rescues and charities and things. There's always help that you can do. Even if you can't have your own dog, you can volunteer to work for rescue and do dog walking and stuff.
Raquel Clifford, BBC London News.